Hi, everybody. Sure, it's story time. Well, where are my cards? I gotta find my cards. Ah, here they are. Aha. Hey, Moon. Hey, Lynx. Hey, OG. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. Tell the baby Nissa said hi. Da-da-da-da-da. Still making the surprise. Well, if anybody would like a story, just let me know. Alexa. That light is so bright. Here, Links. I'll flex for you. There you go. There you go. I'll flex for you today. Alright. If anybody would like a story, it's my first time seeing Links that hype when I get here. Yeah, hi, Tiger. If anybody would like a terrorist story, just let me know. Da, 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 da. Okay, Tiger. A general, a love, or what? Hi, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is actually my daughter's mom's name. That's the only reason I know how to pronounce it. Alright, we'll do a general reading. Hi, Anna. Swords. 6. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hi, security. Tiger had been wandering through a quiet season of life, a time when the world felt muted and her heart held more questions than answers. She hadn't lost hope, not completely, but it flickered softly like a candle cupped against the wind. Then one night, as she stood beneath a sky splashed with silver stars, something stirred within her. It began with the star, a feeling, a spark, a whisper of possibility, a reminder that how long, no matter how long the night had been, there was still hope, glittering just beyond her reach. The star's light touched her gently, urging her to keep believing, to open herself to guidance, to remind that destiny often reveals itself in subtle ways. Thank you, Martina. It began with the star, a feeling, a sparkle, a whisper, a possibility, a reminder that no matter how long the night had been, there was still hope glittering just beyond the reach. The star's light touched her gently, urging her to keep believing, to open herself up to guidance, to remember that destiny often reveals itself in several ways. Sorry, I did go about that again. I just wanted to reinforce that. But hope alone wasn't enough. She needed rest. The days that followed brought her into the stillness of the Four Swords. She picked back from noise, from pressure, from expectations that had worn her down. Her let she let herself breathe. She rested not out of weakness but out of wisdom. In that sacred quiet, her mind cleared, her heart softened, her soul began to mend. And as she rested, something unexpected followed, a memory sweet and warm, rising from deep within her. The Six of Cups arrived like a soft breeze carrying the scent of childhood. Tiger remembered old dreams, old joys, old versions of herself she had forgotten. She remembered the laughter once started with someone dear, the comfort of a familiar places, and the simple magic of a time when life felt full of promise. These memories didn't make her sad, they made her feel whole, and as if a piece of herself was lost had been returned, gently reminding her of who she really was. With the star's guidance, the stillness of rest, and the sweetness of memory, Tiger stepped into a new chapter of her life. Clearer, calmer, more hopeful, and more connected to her true self than ever before. She realized that healing wasn't just about letting go, it was about remembering, remembering her worth, remembering her dreams, remembering her small joys that made her soul feel alive. And as Tiger moved forward, she carried with him the small light of the star, the quiet wisdom of the four swords, and the tender warmth of the six of cups, a trio of guides lightening the path ahead. I hope you liked your story. Hello, Kiwi Games. Of course. I hope you liked it. If anybody else would like a story, just let me know. Thank you, Anna. Ugh. It's hot. Open up my window. Aw, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Well, loved it. All right, anybody else would like a story? We got some new people in here. Would y'all like a story? I think that was Tiger's first story. When the surprise tests you my POV, just stay on glue. The surprise no, 10 years later, still trying, laugh aloud. You're silly, Lynx. I feel wired. I feel so wired today. Ah, yeah. Always feel free to say hi. I always try to say hi, silly. Of course you feel weird, wired. Yeah, I know. I got you in my energy. Hi, mi amor, Lynx. Mi amor. Mi amor. Hey, amor. Anna. We got 8 likes. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I know you have. You've been here since the beginning of my journey. An ancestor story, please. Of course, an ancestor story. Let's go. The night was quiet when Anna lit her candle, a small flame but bright enough to reach beyond the veil. She closed her eyes, breathing deeply, feeling the familiar warmth of her ancestors gathering around her. At first, she heard nothing, then softly a voice emerged, warm, grounding, and full of love. This was the voice of the Queen of Pentacles, the matriarch of her lineage. Anna of the ancestors whispered, "You come from a line of steady hearts and strong hands. We nurtured land, family, and dreams. We built homes, planted seeds, and protected what matters most. Our strength flows through you." Anna felt a warmth spread across her chest, as if roots were gently around her heart. Her ancestors were reminding her grounded power, her ability to create and mm, stabilize to nurture life in all forms. And then another presence stepped forward, lighter, curious, and full of gentle excitement. A younger ancestor appeared holding a small cup filled with shimmering water. I I bring you a message, the child said, their eyes bright with the moonlight water. Something new is opening for you, a new emotion, a new love, a new beginning. Don't fear the unknown. Let your heart explore again. Let yourself play. This spirit, tender and innocent, represents the Page of Cups, the part of Anna's lineage that encourages openness, creativity, and emotional birth. And then, rising between the two energies, the rooted queen and the innocent page, came a vision. Anna saw two figures meeting in the soft of a sacred well. Their hands reach out for one another. Their hearts recognize each other instantly. Her ancestors whispered, "Union is coming, not forced, not chased, but altered. A connection equal To your heart, Anna, a bond of mutual giving, mutual respect, and mutual healing. This wasn't just a romantic love, though. The energy was surely there. It was also a deeper message. Anna is aligned with someone who mirrors her spirit. A partnership blessed by her lineage is drawing nearer. Her ancestors are guiding her towards emotional harmony and balance. Together, the ancestors spoke, "You are not alone in your journey. We walk with you, and you give love, receive love, and grow into the fullness of who you are. Your heart is safe, your path is blessed." Anna opened her eyes, the candle still burning softly. She felt the presence of her cosmic family fade, but the messages remained, glowing inside her like embers ready to spark into light. She knew something beautiful was approaching. She knew she was supported. She knew her ancestors were guiding her towards the love and emotional renewal she deserved. And with that acknowledgement, Anna stepped forward into her life with a steadier heart, a softer spirit, and an open, welcoming soul. Wow. What a beautiful read. Of course. Well, everybody does tarot readings, and I figured why not do it in story format? And I read from the soul of people, so it's like it's different. That is true. Well, like I said, I'm reading from the soul, so I'm only reading what who is channeling through me. I'm just a conduit. So it's not me reading, it's whoever you ask to read for you. I'm just being the conduit they need to speak. Meow. She strong. She sure was. She still is. I mean, honestly, that was a strong energy through me. I wasn't in no control of that. That was purely them talking. Of course, Anna. Thank you, Anna. Donations are muchly appreciated, but they're not mandatory and they are just welcome. I gotta get me some new outfits. Good job, Links. Bye, Tiger. Have a good night. No, it's not. You've already done two. So, I mean, you're getting there. Hey, slow and steady makes the race. Of course. Of course. I'm only doing stories right now though. So is the story okay, Moon? I know. I turned 31 this year. That's crazy. I know. I know you've been here. And I've been doing live streams opening my Lego calendar. Aw. All right. So Moon's tribe had always been a family of seekers, dreamers, healers, wanderers, and old souls who carried a quiet light inside of them. For years they lived in a place that once felt safe, but times had changed for them. Their hearts had grown wiser, their spirits deeper, and the walls around them began to feel too small. One evening, under a violet sunset, the tribe gathered in small circle. They all felt the same truth rising inside of them. They had outgrown this phase of their lives. The comforts that once supported them held them back now. Old patterns, old limitations, old environments. They had become like clothing too tight for who they had become. With steady hearts and brave spirits, they chose to walk away, not in anger, not in sadness, but in honor of the Avulsion. Together they stepped into the unknown, leaving behind what no longer served their souls. Their journey brought them into an open field beneath a sky glowing with moonlight. The energy there felt ancient, and as if the earth itself had been waiting for their arrival. In the sacred space, Moon's tribe built their first circle of light. They danced, laughed, and held each other in gratitude. They celebrated the courage and took took to leave the unity that bound them together and the new beginning that they had created. It was the first moment they understood that their journey was more than survival, it was sacred transformation. Later that night, when the fires dimmed and the tribe rested, a single star broken through the clouds. It wasn't ordinary, it vibrated with a soft celestial pulse that every member felt deep in their bones. The star spoke not with words, but with energy. You are meant for more. Your light is needed. Your future is bigger than you can imagine. Hope washed over them, pure, bright, and renewing. For the first time, they felt purpose not as a dream, but as destiny. As the days turned into weeks, their path widened. Their souls met who needed healing. They brought comfort where there was pain. They shared wisdom where there was confusion. They spread light whenever they traveled. Slowly, their influence began to ripple outward. What began as a small tribe became a movement, a circle that grew and expanded until it touched horizons that once thought unreachable. The world opened up to them not just as a place, but as a mission. Moon's tribe realized that theirs a future was not confined to one land, one purpose, one vision, one version of themselves. Their future was global, spiritual, external, and ever expanding. Hi, Jolie. Moon's tribe continued their journey across lands touched by moonlight and stardust. Everywhere they went, people felt their presence like a warm shift in the air, but the tribe knew this was only the beginning. The star that guided them to part one had not yet revealed its full message. One night, as the tribe prepared its camp, the star above from them blazed brighter than ever before. Its light didn't shine, it pulsed like a heartbeat in the sky. Suddenly, the tribe felt it, a calling stronger than ever before. Not a whisper this time, a summons. The eldest of the tribe placed her hand on the earth. It's time, she said softly. The star opened in a path. The pulsing star cast a beam of light into the center of their circle. Inside the beam appeared a vision, a shimmering, translucent image of ancestors from old ways. These ancients spoke in chorus, "Children of the moon, you have stepped into the world. Now the world will step into you." The tribe felt the meaning ripple through them. There were no longer travelers, they were becoming vessels, vessels for healing, wisdom, and awakening. The doorway alight, the ancients faded, the beam of starlight widened, stretching into a tall arched doorway made entirely of shimmering cosmic dust. The moment they saw every member in the tribe understood this was the next step. This was the threshold between who they had been and who were becoming. The doorway represented the world, the completion of the first chapter and the beginning of a higher purpose. But to walk through it, they needed to step into their deepest truth. The ceremony began. The tribe gathered for a powerful ritual. It lit sacred fires. They sang in harmony. They pressed their hands to their hearts and spoke the names with pride. Each member acknowledged what they had to let go, the Eight of Cups, what they had celebrated and built, the Four of Wands, the hope guiding them the star, and the destiny calling them the world. As their energies aligned, the cosmic doorway widened, glowing more intensely. One by one, they walked through. When they emerged on the other side, something fundamental had changed. The world appeared the same, but they were not the same. The awakening, crossing the door, awakened gifts within them. Some sensed that the emotional wounds of others with clarity. Some felt energy in their hands, warm and tingly. Some began to dream prophetic visions. Others could speak words that calmed storms inside the hearts of strangers. Their roles became clear. They were healers, guides, teachers, protectors, visionaries, each holding a unique frequency of light. Moon's tribe was no longer just a group. They had become a cosmic force, woven into the energy of the world itself. Their mission to awaken others, to heal the forgotten, to spread the star fire that lived in their souls. And so, with new gifts, new purpose, and the star ablaze above them, Moon's tribe stepped into the next chapter of their destiny, knowing that the journey would change not just their lives, but the future of the world. Wow. Wow. Well, whew, that took so much energy to tell. Wow. Sorry. Whew. I need a break for a second. Sorry. Wow. Love you too, Shan. Whew. Well, I guess we figured out our purpose, guys. Whew. Moon's tribe. After awakening their gifts and stepping through the cosmic doorway, Moon's tribe walked as beings of light, woven into human form. Everywhere they traveled, the world responded to them. Shadows lifted, hearts opened, and lost souls began to remember who they were. But the star that had guided them from the beginning had one last secret to unveil. One night, the star that had always hovered in the sky suddenly expanded, becoming enormous, radiant, but alive. Its light washed over the land like a tidal wave of brilliance. The tribe gathered in awe as the star descended closer than ever before. From within the light emerged a celestial figure, a guide made of pure starlight, eyes carrying the wisdom of 1,000 galaxies. You have answered every call, the celestial being said, and now it's time to learn your true purpose. The tribe held their breath. The being raised their hand and a vision unfolded before the tribe, a vision of the world as it truly was. The earth was beautiful, yes, but it was wrapped in a veil of forgetting. People walked with dimming spirits, their creativity muffled, their intuition ignored, their hearts weighed down. Their inner light faded beneath fear and noise. The celestial being voice echoed. A shadow has crept across the world, not a monster, not a curse, but forgetting of who they are. The world had forgotten its light. Your mission is to remind them. Moon's tribe understand instantly. This was why they had evolved. This is why they had awakened. This is why the star had guided them. The awakening flame, the celestial began expanding a hand as a flame appeared, not hot of heat, but of truth. It was white gold, shimmering pulsingly with the energy of cosmic memory. This said, the being is the awakening flame. It will live within each of you. One by one, members of the tribe stepped forward. When they touched the flame, it dissolved into their chest, merging with their soul. They felt ancient knowledge unlock. They felt their gifts amplify. They felt their purpose ignite. The tribe began living vessels of remembrance, walking starfire, the ultimate mission to awaken the world. The celestial being spoke the final message. Your purpose is to restore what the world had forgotten, to awaken hearts, to rekindle intuition, to remind every soul of their divinity. Not by force, but by presence, by love, and by truth. Moon's tribe would spark creativity when it had died, open the hearts of those who felt alone, activate the intuition of those who lost their inner voice, heal the wounds passed down through generations, bright light to places shadowed by fear and hopelessness, not by preaching, not by demanding, but by being who they are. Their mission was to save the world, it was to awaken it. With their new gifts burning softly inside of them, the tribes set out once more, walking into villages, cities, forests, oceans, and dreams. Whenever they went, someone found hope, someone rediscovered their purpose, someone saw a spark inside themselves for the first time in years. And every time a heart awakened, the star in the sky grew brighter. For Moon's tribe was no longer just following the star, they were becoming part of it, piece by piece, soul by soul. Their ultimate mission was not a single event, but a global shift, a rising, a remembering. And this was only the beginning of the world that they are destined to awake. Whew. Wow. Okay then. I can't channel no more right now. I just need to. Oof. Ugh. I feel so overwhelmed right now. Yes. Yes, they become. It's okay, Moon. That's the whole fun of it. It's an equal trade-off, you know? I love you too. Yes. Links, you gotta understand, I'm channeling from people's souls. So when I'm doing that, I am draining a lot of my energy. Takes a lot to read somebody's soul, especially to write a story of it, especially that long. But the good thing is, we did it. Now everybody knows their higher purpose as part of Moon's tribe. I'm glad I was able to deliver. I'll be right back. No, it's not telepathic. It's like if you were to read a book, but the book is not physical, it's in the stars. That's what it feels like to read. It's really hot, like very hot, like a lot of heat. Well, I'm glad I was able to show you all my purpose. It's everything you've been saying, Moon. It's everything you've been saying, Moon. Just all being confirmed. That's fine, Lynx. Take your time. I can do one more story for tonight if anybody would like one. Oh, that's awesome. If he does one of mine, he has to put Czar shit on it. Or lastly, he has to put Lynx's. I've been getting so much rest, it ain't helping. I need to recharge. I need to go out to a pond and soak my feet. Okay, Julie, I can definitely give you a story. What would you like your what would you like your No, I don't need mine bedazzled. Julie, what would your reading like to be like? Would it be a general, a love? What would it be? Be days in in the in the stars. Life purpose, please, Jay. Of course. All right, can we get a life purpose for Julie? Can we get a life purpose for Julie? Can we get a life purpose for Julie? All right, Julie, are you ready? Julie's life purpose, the path of heart healing and new fire. Julie had always felt a quiet pull inside herself, a feeling that her life was meant to be something more, but she didn't know what shape that purpose would take. She sensed it in moments like whispers at the edges of her heart, but clarity had always slipped through her fingers. Julie's purpose revealed itself first through connection. She had a rare ability when she looked into someone's eyes. They felt seen, not judged, not analyzed, but understood. People who felt lost suddenly found clarity. People who felt lonely felt warmth again. Her energy formed bridges between souls. Even strangers opened up to her, as if their hearts recognized her before their minds did. Julie didn't know it yet, but part of her purpose was to help others rediscover love. Love for themselves, love for life, love for each other. The Six of Cups to remember, but her purpose ran deeper than simple connection. Julie carried the energy of memory. The Six of Cups, she helped people remember who they used to be, who they were underneath the wounds, and who they were meant to become. When someone talked to her, old joy resurfaced, forgotten dreams flickered back to life, inner child voices whispered again. She carried a gentle magic that awakened innocence and hope in others. Jolie was a rememberer, one who restores lost light with kindness. Five of Pentacles, and yet, like all healers, Jolie had walked through her own shadow. There had been times where she felt abandoned or unsupported, times where when she felt like life stood on top of the other side of the window, warm and well lit, while she shivered outside with empty hands. The Five of Pentacles represented not just her pain, but her transformation. She understood struggle, she understood loneliness, she understood what it felt like to be left out in the cold. This empathy became one of her greatest gifts because she had survived darkness, she could guide others through theirs. Her wounds became her vision, her heartbreak became her compassion. Julie's path turned when she realized she wasn't just meant to feel deeply, she was meant to learn, to grow, and turn her gifts into something tangible. The Page of Pentacles awakened in her a desire to study healing or counseling, a spark to learn new skills, a pull to create something meaningful and lasting, a responsibility to invest in her own dreams. Her purpose wasn't just emotional, it was practical, grounded, and full of potential. She began exploring opportunities, courses, spiritual skills, and hands on practice that aligned with her heart. She became a apprentice of her own destiny. The Page of Wands then came as a breakthrough. One morning, Julie woke up with fire in her chest, a courage she had never felt before. It was the Page of Wands, the messenger of passion to create a mission. She felt called to do something bold, speak, teach, inspire, guide, or create. Her purpose wasn't quite quiet anymore. It was bright, warm, and ready to be shared. This energy ignited ideas, a healing practice, a creative project, a platform to help others, a journey that blends connection, compassion, learning, and inspiration. Whatever form it took, Julie finally understood she was meant to light fires in others, to awaken their dreams, to pack their passion and their belief in themselves. Her purpose was not small, her purpose was transformational. I hope that helped, Julie. Did that help you understand what your purpose was? Alright, guys, I'm kind of burnt out tonight, so I did want to let you know that we can hang out for a little bit longer, but I am gonna go here soon, okay? It was nice having everybody here, and I'm sorry it wasn't a long night, but whew, my soul is drained. Well, you ever thought maybe turn your pain into passion? Because it says that your purpose is to inspire others and awaken them. So you're supposed to awaken people's spirits. Yes. I'll be back. I'm going to take a quick break one more time, and then I'll hang out until 1 hour, and then I'm going to get off. No, I just took a little break. Sorry, guys. I'm back. How's everybody doing? No, it's not your YouTube. It was me. I'm glad to hear that. I'll call you after, okay? Oh. Yay, good job. Now, tomorrow I should be able to do about 3 readings. So, I'm going to have a short day tomorrow just because I'll be with family. But I'll make sure I bring my cards with me. He'll get there. Patience. Yeah, tomorrow. I'll spend time with family tomorrow, but I'm going to also still do readings tomorrow. I need to stay steady and keep going every day. So I'll make sure I get on every day. It's okay. Practice makes perfect. You're practicing right now. Only got 7 people. Hello, everybody. Can we get a like? Maybe a sub? But yeah, I'll be doing more stories tomorrow. So, for sure. It's okay. Physical sleep ain't helping. I need to go out to the woods and get spiritual sleep. I need to recharge on the land. My soul's tired. Yes, Lynx. Thank you for all the likes, guys, tonight. Thank you, Anna. I'll explain to you over the phone, okay? Links. Yeah, we need to recharge our souls, Anna. We need to go out to the wilderness and recharge. All right, everybody, have a good night. It was a blessing being on here with y'all and to help Moon see her tribe's purpose. Maybe that will awaken you guys to see more of the future. Good night.